Good morning, students. Today, I, Dr. V. M. Tidke, Sanjeevani College of Engineering, welcomes you all. Under equity research, let us try to study the components or indicators of quantitative fundamental analysis. So, at the end of the session, every student will be able to understand the components or indicators of quantitative fundamental analysis. Okay, the components or indicators of quantitative fundamental analysis are earning per share, that is EPS, price to earnings ratio, that is PE ratio, price to book ratio, that is PB ratio, debt to equity ratio, that is DE ratio, and return on equity ratio, that is ROE ratio. So let us try to see these certain selected indicators of quantitative fundamental analysis. Number 1, earnings per share. Friends, earnings per share is a measure of profitability. So, by identifying the earnings per share, a person would be in a position to understand the level and sufficiency of a company so far as its profitability is concerned. The formula for EPS is net profit of the company divided by number of outstanding shares. So, if you identify the EPS of a share, you better understand the amount of earnings available on each share. So that gives an indication about the amount of profitability per head so far as equity is concerned. Okay, so this is first factor. Second is the price to earnings ratio, that is PE ratio. This is a measure of valuation. Valuation is an indicator whereby you understand whether a particular company's shares are overvalued or undervalued. Okay, so the formula for PE ratio is, it is a price of stock divided by earning per share. PE ratio is one of the most relevant ratio that is been practiced by financial experts while predicting the share price of the particular company. Okay, so in PE ratio, the formula says it is price of a stock divided by earning per share. So by doing this ratio, by calculating the value, you understand whether a particular company's market price is equivalent or synonymous to the earning per share of a particular company. And if the PE ratio of a company is high, it indicates that the market price of a company is at a good position as compared to the earnings per share, giving the good positive signals for the company investment. Okay, and a low PE ratio indicates the undervaluing of the shares, indicating the future projections of having price hikes. Okay, so that is measure of valuation called PE ratio. Then third measure is measure of valuation for banking and financial companies, that is price to book ratio. Friends, many companies are been using the resources of financial companies and banks. So banks are also interested in knowing the valuation of a particular company just to identify the level of debts or debt serving capacity. So the PB ratio has been practiced by them. The formula for the same is, PB ratio is price of stock divided by book value of stock. So hereby the attempt of a banking or financial organization is to identify the actual market price of a particular company and to compare it with the book value of the company or book value of the shares. So if the PB ratio is high, it indicates that there is a positive image of the company in the society, which has driven its market price to a higher levels, and that is why this company is sufficient in catering the debt of a particular bank or financial company. So that is why it is a measure of valuation for banking and financial companies. Okay, moving further, the measure of indebtedness is debt to equity ratio or DE ratio. Okay, indebtedness is the yardstick by which you can understand the debt serving capacity of a particular company, or the level or amount of debts in which a company is based into. Okay, so the simple formula to calculate the same is debt to equity is total liabilities of the company divided by total shareholders equity, or total debts divided by total equity. By calculating the debt equity ratio, you can better understand the indebtedness of the company, that is the amount of loan or risk bearing capital sources that company has used and the percentage of their equity shareholding. So a good amount of debt equity ratio would indicate a better debt serving capacity for the company. Okay, higher the debts, higher the ratio is a poor sign, as risk factor is more, and lower the ratio indicates a positive sign as equities are more. So that is measure of indebtedness. Okay, another factor that helps for fundamental analysis quantitatively is measure of shareholders profit, and that has been done with the help of return on equity ratio. Okay, so return on equity is a profit measure that can be generated with the money that has been invested by its shareholders, and the formula to calculate return on equity is net income of company divided by shareholders equity. So this measure of shareholders profit, that is ROE, helps in understanding the level and sufficiency of profitability of equity shareholders. So in particular, by identifying the ROE, one can go and make the projection about the company's future profitability levels, or the capital appreciation or the price appreciation that a particular company would give, or it also indirectly indicates the dividends that might appear to the shareholders. Okay, so this is a measure of shareholders profit. Okay, so these are the number of components that are widely been used to perform the quantitative fundamental analysis. Friends, there are many other ratios that are also been used to identify the fundamentals of the company, but these are highly been practiced by financial experts to predict the fundamental analysis quantitatively. Okay, I repeat them one by one. They are the number one, measure of profitability, that can be done with the help of EPS. Secondly, measure of valuation, that can be done with the help of PE ratio. Number three, the measure of valuation for banking and financial companies. The ratio is price to book ratio, that is PB ratio. Number four, the measure of indebtedness, which is done by debt equity ratio. And lastly, the measure of shareholders profit, which has been done with the help of ROE, that is return on equity. I hope you will understand the concepts of all these components or indicators that helps in performing quantitative fundamental analysis. Okay, so let us try to do a small exercise. Develop a table showing below mentioned ratios for the past 3 years for Tata Motors Limited. Friends, what you have to do? You have to search the website of Tata Motors Limited, find out these 5 key ratios of Tata Motors Limited for the past 3 years, and develop a small table whereby you will also understand the trend, and you can also perform a little bit of fundamental analysis. Okay, so the ratios are earnings per share, price to earnings ratio, price to book ratio, debt to equity ratio, and return on equity ratio. I hope You will understand this and you will try to perform this just to get a better insights of fundamental analysis. Thanks for watching, and if you have any doubts and queries to be resolved, you can contact me on mentioned details. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time.